I had the street so fucked up. I had 250,000 on my head several times. So what they do? They call me and say, "Hey man, you know the boy just called me talking about woo wop, this, that, the other." So I called the nigga, say, "Nigga, I better not catch a cold." Yeah, because they felt I was a bully, or I pressure people out of money, and you know what I'm saying. This is how they felt. I tell a motherfucker right now, never pressure nobody out of no money.
Yeah.
I might have asked a little aggressively. Pressure is different. Pressure is, nigga, give me that or else. Now, I might have done that once. How can you justify the homicide but charge me with the weapon I used to commit the homicide? So I relieved my attorney of his responsibility. E40, Mr. Fab, a few more family members paid him right. It was like 50,000.
So this your third time beating life, man.
Right.
How you feeling at this point?
Like John Gotti.
Boy, when white folks come see you, boy, you successful. You somebody.
That's when they had possession of a firearm as my third serious felony. You know what I'm saying? So instead of the district attorney, he was in so much of in a haste to convict me because I got a acquittal. Now, remind you, the district attorney that tried the double homicide, while I was acquitted, got this case too.
Ah, damn.
So he was so much of in a hurry to get me up in there, he didn't really read the law. So when they filed, he didn't file a 3 strikes law, which it's a timely situation.
So he wasn't trying to convict you then. He was just trying to he didn't really pay attention.
He didn't pay attention. He was in haste. He made a mistake. Because in preliminary hearing, he was supposed to file 3 strikes.
Right, and you were supposed to get hit.
Right. So it wasn't until we got to Superior that he realized his mistake, which was too late.
He was mad at that?
Oh, he was upset.
Damn, man.
Because I ended up getting convicted. I fought the case. I went to trial on that case too.
Okay.
Because I didn't understand, how can you justify the homicide but charge me with the weapon I used to commit the homicide?
Right.
It made no sense to me.
That is
true.
But
that's the law.
Yeah.
An ex-felon can't be in possession of a firearm, and that's controlled possession. The only way I could have justified being in that possession, if you would have had the pistol, and in the time that my life is in peril and in imminent danger, I grabbed the pistol from you and then protected us. That's the only way I could have been in possession of that firearm in an emergency.
Right.
But I had controlled possession of the firearm. That means I got the firearm from somewhere, placed it in my waistband, walked around with it on me, and waited for something to transpire.
And that's what they hit you with.
That's how they get me.
Now, at this time, when you get hit with that, though, are you kind of happy that you got that charge as opposed to getting hit all the way?
Yeah.
Okay, that's for sure.
Come on, man. We had to go fight, though, again. In Superior Court, we had to do motions and more money and all type of shit to fight the 3 strikes now.
Right.
Look, man, I had bailed out on I bailed out on the case.
Okay.
I got remanded back in custody because they filed a 3 strikes.
Okay.
But my lawyer, may he rest in peace, he went and found the law that says if you were going to charge him with 3 strikes, you had to do it in municipal court.
Right. It's too late now.
It was too late.
Okay. So at this time, how are you able to afford the lawyer and like the to represent your case?
I had money when I went, and I had loved ones.
Right.
With dough. that didn't ask no questions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I need 10. I need 5. I need this.
So
Whatever.
is it true that you fired the lawyer though and represented yourself?
I
Or
most definitely did.
damn, okay.
I most definitely did. Now this was on the second time ex-felon in possession of a firearm, where I relieved my attorney of his responsibility. E40, Mr. Fab, a few more family members paid him.
Okay.
Paid him right. It was like $50,000. But his caseload. Now let's just go back here. After I got out, I end up. After I get out, I was moving and grooving. I ended up catching a couple more violations or whatever. Of course, I wasn't finished.
After that?
Yeah, most definitely. I caught the case, and then, I ended up coming back home, catching a violation. Then that's when the murder charges came. I ended up beating them. I come back home, catching a gun case, which was a justifiable homicide.
And I was doing at the club when he was trying to kill you. Yeah.
Ended up beating that. Then I come home and shit moving and grooving.
Right.
In the streets.
Back to it.
Yeah, and my auntie died. My auntie Darla died.
God bless.
We were at an after funeral gathering, what they call the repast.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in front of her house in East Oakland, California, and I was accosted by several officers claiming that they had my location and my description, and that someone had told them I was in possession of a firearm, which was a lie.
And they came at the repass with this.
Right, so they came and they ended up finding a gun, but it wasn't on my person. It was on my little brother, and I ended up doing, I think, 23 months fighting that case.
Okay.
And ended up beating it pro per. That's where we were at when I went pro per.
What's that mean?
That means that I represented myself.
Okay. Gotcha. And that was for your third strike. That's what you was on, right?
Right. Yeah, it was a third strike. I represented myself, facing a life sentence. And
what made you fire your lawyer though and say I'm gonna represent myself? That's a paid lawyer too, right? It ain't no public defender.
He was paid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was paid. I relieved him of his responsibility. He had too much on his caseload, and the things that I needed him to do, he wasn't doing it.
Makes sense.
Like I was studying, religiously. I knew my shit.
Right.
And if I tell him to do something, but I need you to file this motion. You know what I'm saying? I need you to look up this law, research this, send this in, make this call, go talk to these people, go take these pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to do all of it.
Damn, okay.
So I said, he was a friend of mine. He'd helped me beat the double homicide. And he was always my lawyer.
Okay,
you know
okay.
What I'm saying? He was David Kelvin.
Right.
May he rest in paradise. But so I said, man, you know what though? I could do this myself.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. And everybody thought I was crazy. My mother, my aunties, and my brother, everybody thought I lost my mind. But I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The case ended up being a straight case of the police, me proving that the police is a lie.
Now, how did that work though? When you go to court and represent yourself, are you the person actually talking to the judge and everything?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. Damn.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. And I had the judge fucked up. He had to go in his books and research, and this is how they end up dismissing the charges. You know what I mean?
Damn, okay.
You know, I went and got the dispatch tapes. I subpoenaed the dispatch tapes to where it showed that they never had my location or my description.
Mm-hmm. They made that up just to get that.
They saw me out there and thought they had me.
Right.
They were on their way to somewhere else, to some other person, to some other location. When they saw me gathered around all these other people, they squandered it, miserably. So I got the dispatch. The dispatch is telling a whole different story than the police report.
Right.
Who you gonna believe?
How did you think to get that though? That's a smart idea. Like,
yeah, because I know that everything that they do has to be
recorded. Right. That's smart. That piece of information probably saving a lot of people out there. Y'all better listen up, man. Probably can save somebody.
You gotta make sure. Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that they being truthful, man, and they give you all the material that you need. All you have to do is know how to file for it.
Right. So this your third time beating life, man.
Right.
How you feeling at this point?
Like John Gotti.
Teflon Don.
Yeah, the Teflon Don. Yeah, most definitely. I'm cocky as a motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I know they hate me now.
The police or the streets?
Oh yeah, all of them.
Everybody?
Man, the niggas.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how's the streets like recepting this?
Man,
like,
the streets. I had the streets so fucked up. I had $250,000 on my head several times.
You just put money on your head?
Oh yeah, for sure.
For what though? You think they'd be celebrating you?
They wanted me dead. Yeah, because they felt I was a bully, or I pressured people out of money, and you know what I'm saying. This is how they felt.
They thought you was Debo before Debo.
I never pressured. I tell a motherfucker right now, never pressured nobody out no money.
Yeah.
I might have asked a little aggressively. Pressure is different. Pressure is, nigga, give me that or else. Now, I might have done that once or twice.
Okay.
Just to keep it at 100. You know what I'm saying? But the rules of the jungle was prey on the weak and respect the strong. So I would find the sucker who would go for something like that and do it to him.
Right.
Because that's just the rules. And I tell them motherfucker all the time. I don't, I just follow the rules. I don't make them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm finding out that motherfuckers putting this money on my head from the individuals that they calling to do the job.
Oh, okay. So the people
I got a tight-knit connection with the gangsters.
Yeah.
That would even be willing to do something like that, though.
So are they doing this because you beat the third charge, the third life sentence?
Oh, you talking about them putting money on my head?
Yeah, what is that about? Or they just felt like you was just bullying shit?
Yeah, they thought I was just some old goon out here that they wanted to get rid of. They was scared. It was cowards that did that, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I see some of them niggas now today, look them straight in their motherfucking eye, and don't be mad at them.
Right.
I ain't mad. I understand I scared you. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. But I'm still here. I'm still here to talk about it. Thank God didn't nobody want that shit, because I was a real nigga. So you getting at some real niggas to put down a real nigga.
Right.
So what they do, they call me and say, hey man, the boy just called me talking about woo wop, this, that, the other. So I called the nigga Say, nigga, I better not catch a cold. This how scary these niggas. Nigga, I better not catch a cold, nigga. I heard about what you did last summer. How about that? Yeah, I heard about what you did last summer. I better not catch a cold, nigga.
And when all that happened, was that after you got out though, or was it before all of that happened?
This whole, like,
okay, so this the whole time.
Yeah, during the whole time, it was a lot of, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit popping off.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it was a lot of shit popping off, man.
Okay.
You know? And
so you was connected at this time. You ain't scared of that 250 on your head. It ain't phasing you.
Yeah, I was, like I said, I ain't never ran and I ain't never ratted.
Right.
You know, and it wasn't gonna be easy.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gonna be easy. You can say anything you want to say, but motherfuckers knew it's not no easy task when I was rocking and rolling to run up on me and do nothing.
Right.
Yeah. Period.
Boy, when white folks come see you, boy, you successful. You somebody. Get it on, motherfucker, tell you.